everything works right now. Again, I would like to focus on what's the campaign, what you are going to use the Google for. Like for like a basic campaigns like e-commerce or like where you don't need to clock your accounts or where you don't need white hat. You can use all kind of proxy, mostly all kind of supports for white
Even
hat.
in data center will work,
Even
right?
data center, yeah, it works for white hat often.
Hey, what's up? This is Stan. Here we are at Affiliate World Bangkok, and here with me I have a really cool guest whose name is Ritesh. He is one of the co-founders of King's Digital Agency. They do Google primarily, and they are solely focused on the gambling industry. How's it going, Ritesh?
It's going great. Thanks, Stan. Thanks for inviting me over. I really appreciate that. It's going great. We've been doing in this industry since past 4 years. Into the media buying industry, it's been like 7-8 years. But specific to the gambling, we are into 4 years. So we are managing, working with direct advertisers and direct brands also. So right now we are driving traffic through Google search, display, DV360, and Facebook and Instagram also, and influencers. So it's a whole sort of model where we can get the more leads and the more FTDs. So that's how we are driving the traffic right now, and we are working more on the working with the sponsorships also, like Dubai Premier League collaboration, the kit sponsorship or the brand logo sponsorship. So that is a side where for the branding purpose we are working on that side.
Ritesh, how big is your agency?
Right now, we have 47 team members in-house, and we do have outsourcing team for the web development projects and the copywriters.
Right.
So it's like we love working with global people. Like we believe in diversity, and that's how it's been working so far. Like after the COVID, it's been like a major turn in my agency. Like before COVID, we were like just working hard. But after COVID, I think that was a time I had a time personally to think about what I'm doing and what I want to do in my life. So after COVID, it was crazy. Like one day I was sitting and I thought, okay, am I happy with what I'm doing right now? I'm making money, that's okay. But am I really want to do what I'm doing right now? So that was the time I thought, okay, I should focus on a different way, different perspective of life and walking, building a. So after the COVID, we started more on the focusing the relationships and working globally. So earlier we were focusing only on the like SEO or Facebook or Google, like just for like so gambling also, that was the part, how we scaled further. So thanks to COVID.
COVID definitely contributed to affiliate marketing business. I do want to ask you a question. Like the way how you scale is very different from other teams that I see scale. Like many teams, they kind of have they scale by adding teams in a specific vertical, but you only focus on gambling. Why did you decide to go this way?
Because I believe in a code. You sail in a single boat. You don't put legs in two boats.
I see.
So I believe and live by that. So I focus in what works for me and I scale it until and until it gets saturated. It's not working. I won't move to other. So because I want to focus on one thing and try to diversify it with multiple source of traffic. So when you talk about the gambling specifically, like I started with Google Ads, but I started with search specifically. So search, I was at one point of time I was there, like my keywords and my traffic for the geo that I'm targeting. My top 3 positions of Google was all my ads only. So I was literally dominating the search placement. So after that, I felt like I have what more I can do in this. I thought there is nothing more I can do apart. I have scaled the budget also. Now where I can get more traffic. Okay, let's go to display. Then I started display ads. So after that, then I moved to more traffic sources. Like we are even testing with the email marketing also. So I love experimenting the things and the scale what works.
I see. Scaling what works is the motto.
Right.
Naturally, with this business, you have to have diversity of accounts, right? Not only diversity with people, diversity with accounts. You have to have a lot of accounts. I know that you're currently using multi-login, and I also know that you have quite a bit of experience selecting the proxy that is suitable with multi-login. Like this is actually a very important topic, right?
Yeah.
Many people think that I can just pick any proxy provider and use it, but specifically for Google, it's really important to find that combination. Can you share a couple of tips? How can one find a perfect proxy solution with their current setup? Because maybe some people are using for Facebook or Taboola or even TikTok, but you probably went through the process of selecting the right proxy provider. What is that process?
So first thing, when it comes to proxies, I have tried over like 20 plus proxies, and I've already worked many proxies over the period of time. So it depends. The first thing I look after, what's my objective of using the proxies. is it like white hat, is it black hat,
I
or
see.
like, yeah, that's the objective, right? Because every proxy have their own ways of providing the validations, and so it depends, and what is the browser that you're going to use with.
Yep.
Like I use multi-login, and multi-login has their own set of rules and support that it's provided, how flexibly. So that is something you need, and it depends, like a residential proxy, like static or rotating IPs, like, and what is the zip codes even, like. And apart from the proxies, you need to understand the process of using the accounts, even if I'm like, I see even in my early days I used to do mistakes, like in my team also we face, like you are using a different zip code in the accounts, but you are again logging, changing it again to the different. The account is suspended. It's terminated. So it's all about like, you need to. I think the prior thing I would recommend is understand the objective of your account first, for what you are going to use that proxy, because everything has a different, for every niche. I believe for gambling it's a different way, for e-commerce it's a different way, like even for a client accounts also, we have multiple client e-commerce accounts, and we use a multi-login for that also. So for that case, if you have a client based in Alberta, Canada, so once I use a particular zip code or IP of that from the proxy, I know we have a SOPs set up in my place, where my team follows the whole process with the minute details of like IPs, zip codes, and the logins, and the browsers also overall. Like, am I operating it from Chrome, or is I'm operating from Mozilla? So these are the minor things I think that is need to be taken care of.
Really cool. Quick question. What do you think, like at this point, you've probably tried a lot of proxy providers. In your opinion, what works for Google right now? At least in your opinion.
Everything works right now. Again, I would like to focus on what's the campaign, what you are going to use the Google for. Like for like a basic campaigns like e-commerce, or like where you don't need to clock your accounts, or where you don't need white hat. You can use all kind of proxy, mostly all kind of supports for white
Even
hat.
in data center will work,
Even
right?
data center, yeah, it works for white hat often. But if you're trying to do something like out of the compliance policies,
Yes.
that is something like there are lots of proxies in the market, like proxy empire you just mentioned to me, we were talking about, and there are, like, I've tried with smart proxy, sox proxy, bright data, and there are a few Chinese companies, they are also providing the proxies, but they are not like a mainstream proxy companies, but they works well, like since 911 has suspended in July
These were
this
the
year.
best proxies, right?
Like 911, I have been a big fan of 911 since long time.
So Ritesh, thanks very much. It's very interesting information. Like, what's the future for King's Digital? What do you think?
King's Digital is always going to be king. Yeah.
King.
So yeah, we are trying. So King's Digital is, we are creating more of the kings. It's not a single king.
see.
Everybody need to be king.
Let's be kings.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Thanks for inviting.